Witchlings. How you guys doing today? Are you having a wonderful October? Today we're going to talk about our ancestors. And for honoring the ancestors, one thing that I wanted to do was get with my mom about all she knew about the family tree. So I've been starting to work on that, and it's kind of chaotic. So this is what I have so far, and I'm thinking that you guys could kind of work with me on my family tree. I'm trying to figure it out together. So I'll kind of get you some little tidbits of what I've learned so far here. And yeah, I hope you guys write your own family tree. Make sure you subscribe, guys. And leave me a comment. Have you guys done family trees before? Did you find it like enlightening? I'll tell you a secret. So I found my name popped up over and over and over and over on my mom's side. But they didn't know that that was the case. Like, my mom didn't know the family tree when she named me. So it's really cool. Like, all the guys in her male line of family have picked wives with my name. So I thought that was very interesting that they ended up naming me a name that was like so prevalent in the family history. So you'll probably figure out what it is. If you know, I don't know, maybe not. Here we go. Hey, what's up? A new angle. That's what's up. Alright, so I'm going to try my best to figure this thing out. It's kind of confusing. So we have me. We have my dad. We have my mama. And for my dad's side of the tree, we have my grandmother. Her name was Ada. And we have my grandpa. His name was Nell. My grandma, I think her grandparents, I think I'm missing somebody right here, but her grandparents were named Hamner Noble Cleveland, and he was adopted by a Scottish family, a very well-to-do Scottish family, and he came from a president's family. So that's kind of interesting. He used to be in Vermont, and then he came over here, but he got kind of like ousted from the family because he married the help. Her name was Flotty. And apparently she was like she took care of children. It was kind of like her jam. And she had hands that got so thin from working with her hands all the time. She got like really bad arthritis. So I think that side of the family is really cool. The other side of the family for my dad is my grandpa's parents. So my grandpa's parents, their parents came over. I don't know who their names is. It might be Pete and Edna, but before them, there was another Pete and his wife, and they came over from Sarnia, so they crossed over where Detroit's at from Canada, because they're legal immigrants from Canada, and one of my great-great-grandfather Pete's sisters actually died when they were crossing, so I think that is incredibly interesting. Sad, but incredibly interesting. So that's pretty much as far as we are. Okay, so we have Hamner and Flotty. We have Pete and Edna. It was Pete the Third, by the way. Pete the Third and Edna, and then we have Pete the Second and his wife, which we didn't apparently write that name down, so maybe another story. Okay, so my mother, she had, her mom's name was Marge, and Marge was born to a lady named Wava and an unknown father, because Marge was born out of wedlock, which is apparently bad news bears, but I love Wava. I feel really bad for her that she had to get rid of her daughter because she was too young. Anyway, Orville married Marge. Orville is my grandfather. He was born in 1910. And his line is the line that everybody cares about, apparently. So, okay, so his line goes back to William and Minnie. And their parents are Alan and Rachel. Their parents are James and Elizabeth. James and Elizabeth were born in like 1908 and 1909. One thing I thought was super cool about my family is most of them were marrying each other within like only a couple years difference. And I know like when you go back in time, people tend to like be much further apart, like the men tend to be much older. But for my family tree, it looks like they were like classmates and stuff, which I think is super cool. So like they seem like they married more out of love. So James's parents are Jacob and Phoebe. They're from 1770 and 1775. And then we have Joseph and Mary from 1748. We have John and Sarah from 1719. And we have John and Elizabeth so these guys are from Pennsylvania. These guys are from Pennsylvania. These guys are from Pennsylvania. Until we get to Allen, and they move to Ohio. So exciting. Ohio. I think it's a bit back. I think they're Ohio. I think Minnie and Will are Michigan. Pretty sure. So we got Ohio. Jacob and Phoebe are from Pennsylvania. Oh, James and Elizabeth are from Pennsylvania. Okay. So many Pennsylvanias. All right, John and Elizabeth went back to Stephen and Abigail. Now, Stephen, he came over from England with his father. His father's name was William. Stephen and Abigail. Stephen and Abigail had something called the Wrightston Friends meeting, which apparently was a big to-do back in Pennsylvania in 1695. They had this little party place called the Winston Friends meeting. I'm trying to learn more about that. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cute. So before that we have William and Elizabeth. And they are the family that went back to Gloucester, England. So that's where they've kind of tracked everything down. So we have another William and Mabel. And then we have Thomas and Elizabeth. They're from 1523 and 1526. Isn't that adorable how they're like from so long ago, but they're like only a year apart? I mean 3 years apart, but still, it's pretty close. So they're all from England. Woo! England! That's a really bad Union Jack. But, so that's how that goes. So we got England all the way down to Stephen and Abigail. They're the ones who came over. And Abigail was from America as well, I believe. So that's kind of where I'm at so far. I don't know if that's interesting to you all, but I'm pretty interested. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for ancestors. Now, knowing that tree, I really want to spend more time dedicated to meditation and scrying to see if any of these names or situations kind of stand out to me as being important. Because when I went to see my person that reads my cards, my tarot cards, she was like, yeah, you got some grandmas around you right now. And I was like, I don't know what grandmas might be around me. Because like my grandmas are very religious, very Christian religious. So I'm kind of wondering which ones it could be. Like, that's super cool. Like, I want to get more into my ancestry tree. So that's what I'm excited about. If I find anything out, I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop. If you have any tips on ancestry work, or if you know any clairvoyants or sensitive people who know more about that kind of thing that would be able to maybe guide me, I would love to know about that. So just keep me in the loop. I hope you guys have a fantastic Samhain and a wonderful time connecting with your ancestors. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Witchlings! Click the next video. Subscribe.